So viewers, now it's time for the announce trailer for Forza Motorsport. Let's see what they've got in store. So Forza Motorsport, not Forza Motorsport 8, but almost like a re-envisioning, a new start of the world of Forza Motorsport. Incredible detail, and of course the technology. They're talking about introducing ray tracing, that the development team is still very early in progress, in that the team have been working very much on the technology for the next generation to build the basis. This is something first party developers can do. It gives them the head start. They have the resource to build the technology and the tools, and you can see there it looks pretty stunning. The lighting, the textures, the solidity. I talk about this as the environments. There's almost a hardness to the textures. There's no issues of anti-aliasing or wobbly bits that we used to see years ago. Now it's like a solid, realistic environment in every way. The particle effects, there's almost no limitation because the artists are working so well with what they've got. And when we look at this, which we assume obviously is a glimpse of the actual gameplay, which would be pretty incredible, it just gives you an idea of where it's going. One, for us as racing fans, but also when you think about esports and you're going to be watching esports, how realistic it's actually going to look, seeing the various cars racing around the track. And of course they picked the corkscrew here at Laguna Seca. We're going to be looking at Laguna Seca a bit more on a video tomorrow as well. So great to see. Exciting times for Xbox Series X. Haven't given a release date for this as yet, which indicates there's still a long way to go. You know, when I'm looking at Xbox Series X development and PlayStation 5 development, I'm thinking, you know, probably 2022 before we start to see a lot of these releases, 2023 before we see a lot of these releases that use the ray tracing and various different features. It's complex, it's going to take time, it's going to be a transitional era, but you can see the detail here, the smoke and the tyre and the effects. Really amazing to see, and I'm glad to say how this is the first thing I think I've seen that's impressed me in a way in which Gran Turismo did not, and it shows how, you know, Gran Turismo have got a long way to go to get back to where they are already in terms of being market leaders. You know, I think Forza here have really taken a big step forward. Now, the footage you've seen in the trailer surprisingly was shown to us at 30 FPS. I've slowed it down here quite a bit just so we can look at the imagery while I'm talking and just take it all in for a minute because it's so quick. I mean, look at the trees. Look at those trees. Those are great looking trees. Well done to the foliage people. That's tremendous foliage there. But I thought, why not speed it up? Why not see what it looks like at 60 frames per second? And because it's such a brief glimpse, I've had to run this a few times. But this is the game running at 60 frames per second and roughly how it would look. And you can see here, it will look very nice at 60 frames. Those reflections, those cars, that suspension, it's all there. And it's not until you speed it up and you see it at the native speed that you can imagine what it's going to look like when it's all singing, all dancing on Xbox One X gameplay. Very exciting times for us on stuff like this. I just hope that they can bring the physics engine up to scratch, because for me, since Forza Motorsport 4, that's the thing that's been lacking in the overall development of the series. It's something I've been criticised for pointing out in the past. I love the early first Forza Motorsport titles. I've not enjoyed it so much on the Xbox One generation. I hope that the Xbox Series X generation brings Forza Motorsport back, not just in terms of graphics, but in terms of the physics that powers it. And I hope that I can play it and enjoy it again in ways in which I haven't for some years. So I do hope that they can do that. I know they've got the team, they've got the tech, but they just need to have the right mindset in terms of where they're going. And it seems like a whole reset there. But that's it from me on this chat about Forza Motorsport. Certainly more impressed with this. Look forward to seeing what we see soon, and there'll be more from me very soon. Hello viewers, well thanks for watching the video today. Do like and subscribe, it supports what we do. Do become a YouTube member. YouTube Patreon supports all of our content you see on the channel, and of course lots of gaming from retro to modern games. I love it all in terms of racing action. So click on one of the 2 videos just there to find out more.